for.
So here's a story time about how filming Meet the Browns was the most stressful and hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I had no idea that Tyler Perry Studios' schedule was so drastic. If you're working on a regular network show, they take a whole week to film an episode. Tyler Perry Studios, they film an episode in one day. The character was Jeffrey, a fat high school teenager who was very intellectual, who was getting bullied at school. I take 2 to 3 days to learn the entire script. On the day of filming, first thing we do is a table read. I know all of my lines, I'm ready to go. So the director, who is Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he starts to block us, telling the actors where to go, where to stand. Mr. Perry comes in, everything changes. So we literally run the entire episode for him, and he hates it. Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means. Mr. Perry, on the spot, starts rewriting the entire script, and he's feeding me the lines to say, and the director is kind of standing on the side like, you better do it, because if not, they will fire you. Here is where the shoe hit the fan. So in the middle of Mr. Perry changing up the scenes, he says, you know, I want Jeffrey to be gay, and he has a crush on his bully. That's not what I auditioned for.
Welcome back to Fame Radar, where fame meets the facts and nothing stays hidden. Katt Williams has once again sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, this time targeting Tyler Perry in a bold new expose that has fans and insiders buzzing. During a recent no-holds-barred podcast appearance, Katt claimed that Perry operates behind a carefully curated image, but allegedly uses casting rituals that are anything but standard. According to Katt, landing a role in a Tyler Perry production isn't just about talent. He described secretive closed-door auditions where select actors are invited to private meetings with expectations that go far beyond scripts and screen tests. It's not about acting, it's about obedience.
I'm glad you're here. Everybody wants to know, why'd you walk away from $50 million?
I wasn't walking away from the money. I was walking away from the circumstances with the newfound plateau.
Yeah.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14. I've heard the stories, seen these kinds of things play out in front of me. I mean, you see before, look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, they're trying to kill me.
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time in their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah.
It's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
Katt said bluntly. He hinted that certain rising stars were fast-tracked not because of performance, but because they played by Perry's hidden rules. Katt stopped short of naming specific individuals, but suggested that these rituals serve to test loyalty and control rather than ability. Fans online are split, some calling it another brave truth bomb from Katt, others defending Perry's legacy as a self-made Hollywood icon. But insiders note this isn't the first time whispers of unusual behavior around Perry's casting process have surfaced. As the video continues to gain traction, pressure is mounting for Perry to respond. And with Katt Williams refusing to back down, the spotlight on Hollywood's hidden power plays is only getting hotter. Tyler Perry is now facing a staggering $260 million lawsuit over claims involving inappropriate conduct with a young male actor. The allegations emerged not long after Katt Williams publicly criticized high-profile figures promoted under the banner of Black excellence, claiming some exploit their influence behind the scenes. This new lawsuit is bringing those warnings into sharper focus. Tyler Perry's reputation as a Hollywood titan is undeniable. From the success of the Medea franchise to establishing one of the largest film studios in the United States. His rise from homelessness to billionaire status has often been celebrated. However, recent developments suggest a darker narrative could be hidden behind that legacy. Over the years, critics have accused certain industry power players of demanding conformity to roles that diminish Black male identity, often requiring performances that reinforce harmful stereotypes. Among those names repeatedly mentioned is Tyler Perry. These critics argue that success often comes at the cost of dignity. Katt Williams previously spoke on these issues, suggesting that true power in Hollywood often involves compromising positions and silent agreements. Now, With legal action moving forward, the public is beginning to question just how deep the casting practices at the highest levels of Black Hollywood may go. While acknowledging Tyler Perry's relentless work ethic, a major controversy exploded when Katt Williams openly referred to Perry as a drag queen exploiting younger men. Williams wasn't making a joke. He was directly calling out what he claimed were troubling patterns happening behind the scenes. He alleged that the roles Perry offered came with strings attached, expectations that went beyond acting talent. This sparked broader conversations about what some are now referring to as Tyler Perry's casting couch, a system where opportunity allegedly comes with a price. The claims have grown too numerous to dismiss outright. Multiple figures have since stepped forward, providing their own accounts of strange casting encounters and last-minute role shifts. Among them is Brandon J., an actor and voice coach who went viral after posting a video recounting his experience with Perry's production. According to Brandon, he was originally cast in Meet the Browns as a straightforward high school teen named Jeffrey, but that changed unexpectedly. Brandon claims Tyler Perry arrived on set and abruptly altered the character, transforming Jeffrey into a gay teen with a crush on his bully. The change blindsided Brandon, who said it was not the role he had auditioned for, nor was it communicated to him in advance. He expressed confusion and frustration at how the switch happened without notice or input. This account added fuel to long-standing suspicions surrounding Perry's casting practices and creative control. As more actors recount similar stories, the spotlight is intensifying on the power dynamics embedded within his productions. Allegations have continued to grow around a reported pattern of behavior involving male actors and Tyler Perry's casting process. One of the most serious accusations now comes from actor Derek Dixon, known for portraying Dale in The Oval. Dixon has filed a $260 million lawsuit against Perry, claiming assault and coercion, outlining specific allegations that raise deep concern within the entertainment industry. According to court documents, Dixon provides detailed timelines, alleged locations, and screenshots of text messages to support his claims. The legal battle reportedly traces back to 2019, when Perry allegedly approached Dixon at a public event, requesting his number while mentioning possible casting opportunities. Not long after, Dixon was cast in a minor role on the series Ruthless, produced by Perry. The allegations take a darker turn in early 2020. Dixon states that he was invited to Perry's residence in Atlanta under the impression it was a professional meeting aimed at developing their working relationship. However, during the visit, he claims he consumed alcohol, slept in a guest room, and was later approached during the night with inappropriate physical contact initiated by Perry. Dixon says he rejected the advances. Despite this,
he's got the whole world in his hands. Got the whole world in his hands. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help? Some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
And according to Derek, he's got the texts, dates, names, and a story that now has more context than ever before thanks to others coming forward, like Christian Keys. Though he never named names, Christian once gave an interview saying he had worked for someone in power who tried to use that power to pressure and manipulate him.
This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. The receipts, the recordings, down to the police department, and let them hear this individual, the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, "I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked." I declined because, again, scenic group. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip. You'll know right away, and it'll break your heart.
Dixon says he later secured the role of Dale in The Oval, a character portrayed as a vulnerable gay store clerk facing homelessness and engaging in relationships for survival. According to the lawsuit, Dixon claims the role was designed to reflect certain control dynamics that mirrored what he experienced off-screen. The legal filing alleges that this is not an isolated event, but part of a broader pattern. Dixon's claims have reignited scrutiny around the casting culture within Perry's productions, raising critical questions about boundaries, professional conduct, and the pressures actors may face behind the scenes. According to Derek Dixon's legal filing, the role he landed in The Oval was not a coincidence. He alleges that Tyler Perry privately stated he was looking for a real-life partner who matched the same traits: loyal, desperate, and emotionally dependent, mirroring the character Derek was cast to portray. The lawsuit claims that this connection between character and actor wasn't creative. It was calculated. Derek also alleges that following his casting, Perry began sending suggestive messages. These texts, according to the lawsuit, included questions about Derek's romantic preferences and admissions of sleeping with men. While Tyler Perry has never publicly identified as gay or bisexual, Derek's lawsuit includes screenshots of alleged text exchanges, with one message reading, "You are the rose. No straight man would be walking with you unless he wanted to fox you, and I would fox you." Perry's legal team has dismissed the entire suit as a baseless shakedown, calling the claims false and malicious. They maintain that the accusations are designed to exploit Perry's status and damage his public image for financial gain. Despite the denial, Derek insists the situation was far more complex than it appears. He claims he felt professionally trapped, suggesting that rejecting Perry outright could have meant the end of his career. In response, Derek said he tried to deflect the unwanted advances without confrontation, using phrases like, "I'm not the sexual type," to avoid escalation. He alleges this approach was an act of self-preservation, not consent. The lawsuit raises significant concerns about power dynamics in casting environments and how professional opportunities can allegedly be tied to personal compliance. The outcome of this case could have wide-reaching effects on conversations around consent, coercion, and the unchecked influence of industry gatekeepers. This is where Katt Williams' previous warnings begin to gain renewed relevance. Williams once claimed that Hollywood has a pattern. When someone pushes back against its powerful system, the response isn't reform, it's retaliation. The first step? Label the dissenter as mentally unstable to discredit their claims. Williams cited the case of Dave Chappelle, who famously walked away from a $50 million Comedy Central deal. His reason? He didn't want to be controlled or reduced to a caricature. Rather than engaging with the reasons Chappelle gave, major media outlets focused on painting him as unstable. Even during an interview with Oprah, pressure was placed on Chappelle to admit to having a mental breakdown. He didn't agree, but the headlines had already been written. Now, some are questioning whether this same kind of pressure, linked to influence and hidden expectations, could be similar to what Derek Dixon says he experienced with Tyler Perry. Skeptics are questioning Derek's timing. The lawsuit surfaces just as Perry's latest film, Straw, starring Taraji P. Henson, climbs the charts and dominates media coverage. Some claim the lawsuit is a calculated move designed to generate scandal during a high-visibility moment. They call it a money grab, a smear campaign, a publicity stunt. However, that reaction is precisely what Williams warned the public about. He claimed that challenging prominent figures in the industry leads to being labeled the problem, even if the person coming forward is the one who was harmed. It's a strategy meant to protect reputations, not uncover truth. Tyler Perry, when asked about the allegations, downplayed the lawsuit with humor. He told audiences not to read too much into it and to stay focused on his ongoing work. But in this moment, the public isn't seeking laughter or deflection. They're asking for evidence. People want clarity, not comedy, especially when the claims are this serious. Now, with public attention growing and social media dissecting every detail, the pressure is mounting. The court of opinion is moving faster than the legal system, and the industry itself is watching closely. What started as a single lawsuit is now unraveling into something larger, raising questions about casting practices, power dynamics, and the silent expectations placed on rising talent in Hollywood. Derek Dixon's claims, backed by messages, dates, and alleged encounters, aren't being dismissed as easily as others might have hoped. Legal analysts note that while public opinion isn't proof, the documentation attached to the case could push the matter into discovery, opening the door for deeper scrutiny into Tyler Perry's professional conduct and personal influence. Meanwhile, advocacy groups are stepping in, saying this case reflects broader issues across the entertainment world. Power imbalances, they argue, are rarely addressed until someone takes the risk to speak up. And with Dixon now making formal accusations, others may soon feel empowered to come forward with their own stories, whether they involve Tyler Perry or others operating in similar positions. The legal process will take time. Depositions, counterclaims, motions to dismiss, these all lie ahead. But what's clear now is that the narrative surrounding Perry's legacy is no longer one-dimensional. It's being tested, and the impact could reshape how power is discussed behind the scenes of Black Hollywood, particularly when it involves figures often placed on untouchable pedestals. The real question moving forward, will this be an isolated controversy or the beginning of a wider reckoning? According to Derek, he's holding on to the receipts, text messages, dates, names, and a timeline that's now backed by a growing chorus of voices. One of those voices is actor Christian Keyes. While he never explicitly named anyone, Christian once spoke during an interview about being pressured and manipulated by someone in a position of major influence. Though Christian kept it vague, the internet quickly connected the dots, pointing toward Tyler Perry. The speculation gained traction because Keyes had been a recurring face in Perry's productions. And when the timeline is laid out, it all seems to fall in line with the growing list of claims now surfacing. Even 50 Cent weighed in on the situation, posting a now viral image of himself alongside Tyler Perry with the caption, "Did that dude just say what I think he said? Nah, we ain't jacking this game." It was clearly meant to stir conversation, but it also hinted at loyalty. 50 has often credited Perry with influencing some of his moves in the television and media business. Still, the public mood is shifting fast. Across social media, people are no longer shrugging this off. One user posted, "This isn't about tearing another Black man down. It's about accountability for actions that have gone unchecked for years." Others called for deeper investigation into Perry's rise, with one comment reading, "Start by researching where Madea really came from." And as Katt Williams once predicted, a day of reckoning may be on the horizon. He said eventually, those who build their power by exploiting others will get exposed, whether slowly or all at once. So now the question is yours. Is this moment long overdue or just another cycle of controversy? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're here for bold, unfiltered breakdowns that don't shy away from the real stories, hit that like button and subscribe now, because the next chapter is just around the corner.